Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. I'm wearing my Pokemon stuff still. Oops, I forgot to change the clothes. That's right, I'm doing a Pixelmon series that I just started on the side as a secondary series. And because of that, I gotta look fancy and stuff. Today, guys, I got a super exciting plan, at least, for this episode. We are going to be heading back to the G-Team base. There is a trap that I want to do that I think is going to be absolutely great and deadly and yeah, fantastic. But to start off today's episode, we're down in the lab and I want to do some work down over here because yeah, even though we spent some time cleaning this out a few episodes ago, it still looks very half finished. And don't get me wrong, it's not going to get finished today, but I do want to do some stuff. And I have a plan for some of these wall segments that I think is going to look really cool. The other day, we're going to do this. We're going to start placing down some of these blocks, I think over here. The other day I logged on to my Patreon server and I saw a build done by Rum Soaked Chicken, where he uses the good old slab light trick to create a very cool look. And I just fell in love with it. And I was like, I need to try and implement that in the lab somewhere. And so that's what we're going to do here. And I'll show you what I mean. But we're going to put some sea lanterns down. I don't know if that's going to be at the right width. That's going to be our light sources. And then I'm going to use Iscalium. Iscalium is making a return, ladies and gentlemen, because it is one of my favorite blocks in this game. And it looks amazing. It's going to add some color to this place as well. Let's make sure we cover up the top here so no light leaks through there for the moment being. This would go all the way up, obviously. And then to do the slab trick, all we should have to do is do this. And the slab trick, in case you don't know this is one of my favorite methods to create cool lighting effects in Minecraft. Slabs do not actually let through light. So as I place this down, I'm blocking the light source, the sea lanterns, from shining through the slime blocks. However, as you can see, and yes, that looks amazing. However, as you can see, the light levels, they leak onto the slab, creating this very cool grid looking thing. And I think that would look amazing if we do all the way up and in different places of this lab. Now, this next segment of this episode where I actually build this stuff is going to be live streamed, and by the time you're watching the video, you missed the streams. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/iscal85. And just hit the little heart. I think it's a heart, the little follow button. That way you're not missing any of it in the future. But if you did miss it, we'll make a recap. We'll do a nice recap here in a second of what I got done in today's stream. But yeah, I think if I put that there and in a few more places, it's gonna... yeah, this room is gonna look sick, dudes. Absolutely amazing looking. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I gotta be honest, I was hoping to find more spots for our necromantic gridlock things in the lab, but at the moment, these were the 3 spots that I could fit these in. And as you can see, I had a sort of a weirder design here on this specific area, but I think it looks really cool. Of course, the less light sources that are around, the cooler it looks, because if it's dark around it, it's just gonna glow more, basically. I also, as you can see here, I also installed a basic sugarcane farm on that same stream, which was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with the people who came there. And a big change. We changed the cyan out for Iscalium colored concrete powder. All in all, I really think this little change makes a lot of difference in the lab. And just looking up like this, even though the walls are not finished on top there, it's starting to look like a complex building, which is what I wanted to begin with this project. There's a big dugout area over here, and that's because in this space, I'm planning to put a mob farm. This is another thing that I'll probably do off camera on YouTube and just do in a stream, because yeah, it's like a big repetitive project that would be a lot of fun to do live. I got a lot of stuff done in here and I'm very pleased with it. Also, we may have had a mishap or two. Hello, Ben. How are you feeling, buddy? He's not happy. Yeah, stupid Zombert. We lost Ben with the protection 4 and looting 3 trades. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and blame Graham for that, for joining. He runs around during my streams. He runs around, gets stuck in these farms, And I bet you that's at some point he must have not lit up an area. Ooh, oh yeah, that was the sugarcane. That scared me. At some point he must have not lit up an area, and I think that may have had a zombie cause spawn. I'm not sure. I also wrote a list on what remains in the lab that I want to add. And we need a pumpkin farm, we need a mob farm as I said, and we need Grian's playroom for the very reason that in my streams he tends to come around and run around and break things and push buttons. Just an example, he blew up some TNT over here. So there's like a hole in the floor. Yeah, we need a playroom for Grian, like a very colorful playroom on the up level, I think. But in addition to the playroom, we're also going to install a treemery, which is going to be a tree farm over here. We're going to have a sugarcane farm we already built and a diorite burner. I'm not sure what else we are going to put in this lab, but yeah, all in all, it's really coming together. But with all that, it is time for us to move on today. We gotta head over to the G-Team base. As I said in the beginning of the video, I have such a cool plan for a little bit of an entrance. Entrance. Under attack? Join Discord? What the heck? Okay.
Okay, no time.
Hello?
No
Hello?
time. No time. Guys, get into the lobby right now. We have no time. Did you see Mumbo saying? Okay, me and Mumbo agreed on a code word. He's put bananas in chat. That means that an attack is incoming.
Oh
you
my
need
God.
to get right. Iskal, me and you armory right now. Stress, you need to go upstairs, get an invisibility potion, and bring all your dogs. Like, make them not sit. Okay? You're gonna be the. We're not gonna be outnumbered.
Hang on, I need to get rid of all my stuff. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Yeah. I'm invisible. Oh, I'm so stressed out. It looks good. Do I look good?
You look good. Yeah, you're dude, you're looking shiny, dude.
Bananas.
Oh my goodness.
Why is he spamming bananas? He only needs to use this. We have the worst mole in the world, guys.
Yeah.
You only need to say it once.
To be fair though, he did alarm us. Oh, this is gonna be glorious. Are they really breaking in?
Dude, they're in the redstone.
I was gonna say, how did they get in?
Yeah, we didn't cover up the redstone at all, my dude.
That's true.
Oh
this is true.
God.
Dude, you actually made a tunnel of zombies straight to their base.
Oh,
They just
you
went down
reckon
that tunnel and walked all the way to our base.
Oh my God, you idiot.
Okay, look, we can use this to advantage. We'll get rid of them with the dogs because they will not be able to kill that many dogs.
I see a name tag
Right
as well
now.
underneath us.
Yeah.
I see them. I see them.
Oh, this is gonna be glorious. Okay.
Dude, I'm shaking.
I'm
They're
nervous.
coming up, are they? Oh.
I don't
I
think
think
they
they're
know where
stuck
they
in the redstone. Yeah, they don't know where they are.
Oh, we know.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
right, they're sneaking in.
Oh, I
They
see
have
them.
no
Good.
idea.
Okay, on
Alright.
your command. Oh wow, there are
Okay.
so many of them.
Oh, dude.
There's a baby pig, man.
Are you ready?
On your command, yeah.
3, 2, 1, go! Go!
Oh my goodness.
Hit me, a zebra, hit me. He's not hit me.
Nice, you got him.
Sorry, Mumbo. You gotta go, bro. Get her!
Don't give any intel.
The wolves don't know what to do.
She's dead. Got her. I got her. Woo. Wow. Was that? Did we do it?
How many of them?
Oh my-
Zebra and Mumbo was got. Where did?
Those
Exuma and Mambo
dogs.
just died to the wolves so quickly.
These dogs
Wow.
were genius.
Were they? Oh, bless them. Well
Oh,
done,
who's your good
doggies.
boys?
Who's a good boy?
Play with the ball. Play with the ball.
Wait, there's a guy remaining. There's a guy remaining. There's a squid guy. No.
It's
Get,
not.
Stress, get Doc.
He's running into the redstone. Get him out there.
Look at the dogs go.
All
There's
going
too
for
many
it.
of them. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
All of his stuff.
Is that? Oh, that's you, Stress. I was wondering why that
Yeah,
squid
this
head was.
is me.
falling around. We need to put that squid head on one of the armor stands as a trophy.
Yes. We got a lot of stuff for our armor here, actually. All their stuff belongs to us now. This is a good attack. Can I just say, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him.
So the star team successfully infiltrated our base using a very clever way in, namely our redstone wires. And if you guys remember the super weapon of Doom, it obviously had a redstone wire all the way to the zombie machine, which then had a tunnel where the zombies traveled all the way over to Team Star. And I gotta give them creds, because that was a very clever way in. Very clever way in. What we have to do is plug the redstone channel, which is down here, and I've already done that further down, so now they can't get in that way. But this whole thing works so well with the idea of what I want to create today, because as I said earlier, and by the way, I just gotta say, we freaking beat them. We got them with armor stands. Best defense ever. But yeah, like I said earlier, I want to make a little bit of an entrance down over here. To make this happen, I'm picturing that we're gonna have some sort of AND gate where there's going to be 2 buttons and a lever. Do I have a lever on me? I don't. Okay, let's say that this block here is a lever. There's going to be 2 buttons. You have to press 1, 2, and pull the lever. That will open up the door into our base. It will be like a simple little combination lock, but hopefully you will need 2 people to do it. I guess if the buttons are this close together, it's actually fairly simple. So they have to be a little bit further away. But if you do that and then pull the lever before the buttons run out, you open the door, and that's going to be the entryway into here. Now, as I said earlier, it's not going to actually be the entrance. It's going to be the entrance. All right? So once in here, I want to have a system that I need to make sure that it looks like a proper G-Team entrance. So a nice hallway and a proper G-Team entrance. But then I want... and I do need to get some resources for this build, but then I want pistons, and it's gonna have to be sticky pistons. I'm gonna have to get some Miscalium slime, but I want pistons all along the sides like this, and these are gonna be hidden and extended, and they're actually gonna need to sit 1 block back. But below here we'll put lava, so this will be like a death thing, and these will, once you're inside here, open up and put the player or open up and expose the floor. The middle piece though is actually going to be a safe spot in this scenario, which we don't want. So we're gonna want to have pistons down here facing upwards, and that will push the player, the star member, into the ceiling, right? Ideally we will have pistons on top as well. Basically, if I can manage, I want to create a space that's just this big when the whole trap triggers, and that's gonna force the player to fall into the trenches on the side. I'm gonna start with installing a 3x3 piston door, so I'm gonna use the same design I have here, and this was the one that we built for my vault as well. I really like the design, and it's really nice, and it's really compact. So before I get ahead of myself, I should probably install one of those here so that I know where the redstone for everything is gonna go. I do really love these doors. They are absolutely amazing. Ah, they're nice. Okay, so that is installed. Now, one big problem with this is that space that it takes, and I've already started to sort of try and landscape around the redstone, but as you can see, there's quite a few bits in this that's important to cover up. So this block can probably be that, and I'm trying to make it look as natural as possible. The only problem is that it's taller than the landscape on the back. Either we have a little bit of a mound here, or I raise the whole thing up all the way over to the back of our base here. That's 1 level up, and I really don't think that that makes a huge difference. I think it still looks good. I do need to add some lighting and stuff here as well though, but it needs 1 more level. And what I was thinking is, instead of making the whole level up here, just add a little bit of thing like this. I don't think they'd expect... I don't think that looks suspicious, I guess is what I'm trying to say, once everything turns into grass. Now the question is, does this look suspicious? No. It actually makes a lot of sense because the landscape here was at the same height. If I remove this big gap here, I think this is going to be great. That doesn't look suspicious at all. That looks like the landscape. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Of course, we're going to have the grass grow over here. And maybe I'll do a few changes on the front here. That looks a lot more natural. Opening up the sides a little bit here. It was a little bit too tight, I think. Okay, so it took me a while, but I think I've got every single thing linked up, like all the trap part of this. Let's try it out. This button here should, in theory, open up the floor, push the middle part up, push the bottom part down, causing wherever you are on these 3 blocks, you to fall down. So here we go. Ah, nice. Oh, that is beautiful. And then down there we can put lava. I noticed that I must have miscounted here. I need another sticky piston there, but that's okay. I can wire that up. Okay, here we go. I'm standing in the middle. Yep. There's no way out. You get squished and pushed to the side. Oh, that is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So down here is the circuit at the moment. We put lava where these torches are. And that's pretty much it for that. Now, one big problem you may ask yourself is, how is Skylar you going to get them to push the button? I'm not going to get them to push the button. We need a player detector. We need this to happen automatically, either via tripwire or a player detector. And I want to try and build one of those pufferfish detectors where basically a pufferfish will blow itself up when a player is nearby. It will go like... whoosh. Okay, so I've come into my creative redstone test world and I'm just testing out a player detector using the poisonous fish, whatever they're called, pufferfish. And I find that these have 2 issues or 2 big flaws. The first thing is the speed of this. The speed of the fish triggering this tripwire hook. You see, it has 2 layers. It blows up one time, doesn't hit the tripwire, and it blows up a second time, at which point it does actually hit the tripwire. But that time is quite long. Let me give you an example. If I go into survival, look at the lights. Yeah, it takes quite a long time. Now, here's the second flaw with these. I can't be here. The fish is behind this block. I can't be here. I have to be here in order for it to trigger. So yeah, you have to be like right next to it, I guess. And that's my feet being on this block right next to the fish here. Also, I tried to go from the top and see the distance, and if I have a block, if I have a block above this tripwire hook right here, which is the furthest down I can place it, the fish does not trigger. I have to be 1 block below. If I'm on this level, however, the fish does trigger. So technically, yeah, the distance of these is not great. It's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Okay, I got a new example that I'm testing out here. I'm trying to solve the issue, or one of the 2 issues, that being the speed of which this powers a redstone signal. So instead of using the tripwire, I put a pressure plate on top of a fence gate. As you guys know, this is a thing you can make tables out of, and then I waterlog that fence gate and put a pufferfish in there. And the idea I'm having is that this guy has 2 stages. He goes, or 3 stages, small, medium, and huge. I want him to trigger it at medium, and if I see this correctly, this may just work. Let's have a look. Yes! Okay. So notice how he triggered the redstone in the very first stage there. That's a big, big plus. And let's just make sure that's consistent. It is. So immediately when I step on this block space here, the guy triggers. That's very good. What about this block space? That block space works as well. I should do something like this here. Just cover this up. So that's the space of where the pufferfish will detect the player if I have a setup like this. And I do think that this is a better way of doing it than the tripwire hook. Now I gotta figure out, because we have a 3 wide thing, this requires the player to be standing on the side of the, imagine this being the tunnel. They're required to stand on the side of a thing. Now our tunnel is a little bit longer than this, but I can always use more pufferfish. Okay, so back on the Hermitcraft server, we have to pretty much have 1 detector over here, 1 detector Unless we want them to like run in and around this space is where the trap happens. That could also be a thing, of course. So maybe we'll put, yeah, maybe that's better. Because it went this block, and this block. So if we have one fish over here, one detector over there, and then another one on this side, that should do the trick. The only problem, like I said, is if you run straight down the middle, it's not going to work. So maybe we'll have to create some sort of distraction here. Maybe we'll put like an armor stand or something here just to force the player to go a little bit to the side. Okay, so I got my 2 pufferfish detectors installed here. However, and this is really weird, I've been spending an hour on trying to figure out why, but the fishes does not trigger like they did in my creative world. So remember how they have 2 stages, we have 2 issues. One of the issues is that they're slow to trigger. And I fixed that, I thought, by putting the stone there and the fish on the upper level of the water, which is exactly the same position as he is here, I think. However, look at this. It doesn't trigger immediately. It does not trigger immediately. And for me, that doesn't make any sense in the world. Like, it will still trigger, but you'll have to be standing in that area for a little bit longer than I would want it to. Here, I think I got a better plan for this. Let's do a sign over here. Yeah, okay. Ah! Right. This may work, dudes. This may work. G-Team entry code week 3. 4223, okay? Weapon code 41142214443. Okay, and now we put glass here and a block in the middle. So they want to look behind the glass as well, and the only way to do that, or around the glass, the only way to do that is by doing that. So maybe, you know what, let's put a sign here as well. Let's remove this lever. Secret Entrance of Doom, beware of star. And now we put a block in the center. So if they see, yeah, they can see that there's a sign that would want to read it. And as they do, hopefully they're going to be triggering the pufferfish. Okay, so there's one more thing to this, and that is this lever here. The very first thing I want to do, because remember, we kind of want them to use this. So the very first thing I'm going to do is change that out to a white block. And then we're going to have the 2 buttons here. And the idea is that you press a button, then you press the other button, and then you press the lever. But you have to do that quick enough before the lever is disabled again. So to achieve this, we're going to have a brake switch over here. It'll probably work out. So a brake switch is basically just a piston with a block, just like so. And now in theory, when this piston is powered, the lever will be able to do something, but when it's not powered, the lever does nothing because the piston will move the block. So super simple. Now these 2 buttons, because I want both of them to be, you have to power both of them and then you can pull the lever. In our brake switch here, we can't just run the redstone into the piston because then either of the buttons will power it. So we're gonna need something fancy called an AND gate, which isn't really fancy at all. It's a very simple little contraption that requires one and the other, that's why it's called an AND gate, inputs to create an output. And the way we achieve this in Minecraft is we have the 2 buttons here, both of them with an inverted torch signal going into this block here from both sides, and that block has a redstone torch on it. Now, if a block is powered with the redstone torch, the torch is off. So if I run this signal, I shut this side off, but I don't shut the other one off. So nothing happens. However, if I manage to do both, which I'm not going to manage to do as a solo person, that's kind of the whole point of this, then I would, oh no, there's no way. There's no way. But then I would turn the torch on, extending the piston, allowing for the lever to be turned on. Ideally, the start team would need 3 people to open this door. I think it can be done by 2, but it's going to be a little bit hectic. Look who's here. Hey, Stress. She's interested. I added a sign up there. G-Team entrance. Push 2 buttons, then flick lever. Be quick. Voice? She's interested. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
You traveled by in this caught your interest, eh?
Just a little bit, yeah. Like, G-Team entrance, push 2 buttons, then flick the lever. Be quick.
Yeah. I mean, we need an entrance to the base, let's be honest. You can actually help me try this out, because I can't do this alone. You gotta be 2 people. Go.
Okay.
Okay, now we've unlocked it, and then the lever, look at that, and there's our entrance.
Ooh.
Oh, you may want to be careful there, though.
Why?
You may be. Look out!
There's a lag to the stupid game if I die, I swear. I didn't die, did I?
No, I didn't.
Oh my
I
God.
couldn't. Oh, sorry. I had to.
You're such an idiot. Oh, well, actually, you might want to be careful. Thanks comes into mind.
Well, oh, okay. Well, the trap works. I didn't mean to.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
sorry.
So it's safe? I can log back in now?
I think so. Yeah, the lava is cleared.
Right.
I'm not gonna murder you. That was when you ran in. I was like, you may want to be careful, but then I kind of wanted to see if the trap worked.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not your. I'm still alight.
Yeah, you're on fire, but you're okay.
Right.
Maybe eat something. Okay, and now here, pillar up here to get out.
Okay. My God, I was like your test dummy. Thanks. I
No,
appreciate
dude,
it.
you weren't supposed to be a test dummy, but it worked so beautifully.
How was I not supposed to be a test dummy there, Mister? Oh yeah, you might just want to be a bit careful.
Yeah, when you ran in, I didn't tell. Did I tell you to run in? I told you click the button is what I said, and you were like, all right. And then you naturally ran in.
I saw signs. I wanted to see what the signs said.
Perfect. That's that makes me happy because I spent all day on this, and it turns out that my theory works. That was awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe. I was gonna tell her, but then I saw her run in and get the reaction that I wanted. So yeah, I did notice one flaw though, which luckily we tried it. Luckily we tested it out. These blocks here, which is where you will be standing reading the signs, do not actually trigger the trap. You have to be right over there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna simply extend this out, and I think, if I'm completely honest, I think this will actually add to the whole toughness of reading those signs. So yeah, now you have to be standing there or there, and that triggers the traps. Yes. If we add glass, it's going to be even harder to read, which may be a good idea. Anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am super satisfied with this. I'm glad that we managed to save stress. No harm done. Anyway, that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below. And if you're brand new, consider subscribing. And I'll see you dudes in the next episode.